Japan Airlines is the flag carrier of Japan with 4 hubs, 146 aircrafts, serving 91 destinations, and the One World Alliance member. JAL is leading in the country with the largest alliance network to connect with the world. JAL has 10 aircraft types in service. Today, I am going to be flying on a very retro 737-800. Before we get to the airport, I went online to check in and saw an upgrade bid. This aircraft doesn't have a business class product, but they do have a J class, which is similar to a premium economy product in a 2-3 configuration. I paid an extra 2,200 yen or about $22 for this upgrade, which is not a large amount, but for this short flight it is more or less acceptable in my opinion. I also find this upgrade bid process to be very simple and quick, which is another great bonus. Good afternoon from Osaka Itami Airport. This was the original Osaka Airport before the new Osaka Kansai, which is a lot further away on the other side of Osaka. Today I am going to be flying the Japan Airlines Boeing 737-800 from Osaka Itami all the way to Tokyo Narita. There's actually not a lot of flights between Osaka and Narita. So this is one of the very few flights that they do operate between these two airports. I'm excited to try out what Japan Airlines is like. On the previous flight from Tokyo Haneda to Osaka Kansai, I took the Star Flyer. So if you are interested, you can check that video out as well. But let's go inside and get my baggage checked in and see what Japan Airlines is all about. Hello. Welcome on board Japan Airlines Boeing 737-800. I'm in their J class, which is an equivalent of premium economy. I've just settled down on the seat, and this is the new hot product that they have refreshed on their 737 fleet. So while boarding is still on the way, let's quickly go through some of the seat features that we have over here. And this is seat 1 Alpha or seat 1A. And firstly, on the side we have a nice, quite a big kind of armrest around here. And this is the tray table. So as you can see, it's pretty sizable. And then right next to it, we have the seat controls. So we have the reclining and then the leg rest over here. And then towards the front, we have a USB-A and a USB-C charging port. But other than that, we have a personal reading light, which is just over here. And it is adjustable as well. So that's pretty good. And then we have this huge headrest over here, which is adjustable. And we have a huge headrest as well. Over here it is height adjustable and it is side adjustable as well. And it is very comfortable. So it's going to be a very nice relaxing flight all the way to Narita. And definitely a comfortable seat to be in for even for a couple of hours. And other than that, we have this black kind of leather seat with a red Japan Airlines branded cloth. Leg room wise is very good. I am 181 centimeters, so as you can see, I can pretty much stretch all the way out and barely touching the wall. So we have a kind of a separation with the kind of the crew area or the galley. In terms of the aircraft, it is probably quite an old 737-800. You can see on the lights and the air vents, they are of the older designs, so they definitely did they switched the APU, so they did a cabin refresh, but this is definitely an older aircraft. And while we are on top, we have personal air vents and additional reading light as well. And over to the windows, as you can see, they are more of a square shape, which is more of the older kind of design on the 737. So yeah, it's good to see that they are keeping the cabin kind of refresh with a newer hard product. So yeah. On the side here, I've also noticed there is a little bit of a space. I don't think it's meant for storage, but yeah, definitely I can see things falling through there. And in terms of cleanliness, they do quite a good job. There's a little bit of a space here as well. Definitely you can fit some reading materials on both sides. It's definitely one of those areas where it can get very dirty, but they have definitely kept a good job in cleaning it, making sure that there's minimal dust and crumbs and that sort of thing, which is a big issue for a lot of airlines who don't really clean all these kind of little areas, and they get dirty very quickly. And one last thing, the kind of cup holder, it's a fixed cup holder for both sides, so you can put your cup over here when they do serve drinks. But so far they are not serving any pre-departure drinks for J class. So I expect, like I say, to be a pretty much the same service as economy. First impression of the crew, they are very nice, great greetings. When they see foreigners, they are able to speak quite fluent English, so that's really good. Yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much what I have to report on. Things seems to be going on time. We have about 7 minutes to go until departure. As you can see, boarding is still ongoing, but knowing Japan culture, we might be able to depart on time. So we will see how it goes. I'm gonna get ready for our departure.
乗務員はドアモードをアームドに変更し相互確認してください。Your pilot is Captain Tateno, and my name is Takahashi, your senior cabin attendant on this flight.
ありがとうございます。
Welcome on board. 安全について説明しますので、必ずご覧ください。Please watch this safety video and familiarize yourself with the safety instructions.
足りないときはチューブから息を吹き込みます。
If necessary, blow into the tube to inflate the life vest.
前と後ろの非常口を確かめてください。
Check the location of the emergency exits in front of and behind you.
so far I've had a great time on board. Even though it's a short flight, I've enjoyed my time. During the service, we were presented with a menu. The menu has both English and Japanese. There were quite a selection of drink options on board, including juices, tea, and soft drinks. And in terms of entertainment, there are kind of monitors up on the top that draws down, and they showcase kind of like the static map, but there is actually Wi-Fi on board and they are free to use. So you can actually use the Wi-Fi on board, you can browse the web. The speed is actually not that bad, so I was able to do like basic browsing and that sort of thing. Going on Instagram, the speed was quite fast, so that is really impressive. In terms of the flight time, everything was perfect. It was punctual. They pushed back literally on the second as the clock hits 3:20. Was it 3:25? No, it was 2:35. As it hits the dot, the pushback truck started pushing the aircraft back. So timing-wise, basically spot on. There's basically no faults that I can find with Japan Airlines. Everything was to the book, and service-wise, great. Hard product, excellent. Cleanliness, excellent. I would absolutely recommend flying Japan Airlines, and I would recommend upgrading to the J class as well. On the left side of the cabin there are 2 seats, on the right side there are 3 seats, so just depending on how many people there are, you can choose the 3 seats, and if you are a single or a couple you can choose the 2 seats. But the hard product, the soft product, everything was up to the standard. Like, I have nothing to complain about. In terms of the only criticism that I have is that they have switched my seats from the right hand side to the left side of the cabin, so I ended up not having any view of Mount Fuji. But I think the flight path actually they went out to the sea, so we actually didn't get any Mount Fuji view at all. I do not believe that we get anywhere close to Mount Fuji, so it didn't really matter anyway. I think it's an excellent value. Flying with Japan Airlines, you get a great selection of drinks, you get free Wi-Fi. It's basically everything that you need. I've thoroughly enjoyed the flight. I would say if you're flying domestically, definitely you can fly with them. Based on this experience, it's a 10 out of 10. So, all right, we are about to approach Tokyo Narita. So going to enjoy the landing, and then I'll talk to you about the costs and everything once I'm on the ground. I booked this flight well in advance, so I was able to get the special saver fare for 10,030 yen for this one-way flight, which is not including the 2,200 yen extra for the upgrade. Given that the majority of the flights are from Tokyo Haneda, there are only a limited number of flights in and out of Narita that are domestic, which you need to make sure to plan accordingly, especially if you plan to have a same-day connection. If you are transferring between Narita and Haneda, given that the distance between the two airports, public transport will take probably around 1.5 to 2 hours, so this is something to keep in mind when planning which airport to fly in and out of. The airport express train service are generally very expensive, so do keep that in mind.